What up, YouTube? What up, boxing fans? A lot of people question Adrien Broner. They question uh, his resume. They question the fact that although he's knocked out 80% of his opponents, and he's knocked out guys like Jason Litzau, Vicente Escobedo, and Eloy Perez, who Eloy Perez isn't really shit. I predicted he'd get knocked the fuck out, which is what happened. But anyways, they always focus in on the Ponce De Leone fight. And they say, what the fuck? Ponce De Leone, he got robbed, He lost a decision they gave Broner some kind of a gift. It was a total robbery. First of all, Letterman round by round card. He scores 96-94. 2 point difference. That means it was somewhat of a close fight. Somewhat. Then again, this is Harold Letterman, the same guy who had Pacquiao versus Marquez 3. He had Pacquiao winning by 2 points. So I'm not sure how much you trust Harold Letterman, but I just saw the fight, looking closely. To be honest, Ponce de Leon did not deserve to win this fight. This is ridiculous. How the fuck do you give Ponce de Leon 96-94? In the last 2 rounds, he didn't land too many punches. All he did was throw a lot of punches. Adrien Broner was still landing clean punches to the head. Clean right hand shots, man. He was whooping that ass, man. Now I have to admit, when I was watching this fight, first 3 rounds, I gave it to Ponce de Leon. He did outwork him. It seemed like he was landing the more effective shots in those rounds. 4, 5, 6, 7, Broner whoops his ass completely. Like, he makes Ponce de Leon look stupid in the ring. Like, he made him look completely one-dimensional. Round 5 was Broner's masterpiece round. He was beating De Leon all over the ring, ripping right hands. He was landing easy. Now, you have to give Ponce some credit, because Broner wasn't landing like that in 8, 9, and 10. He was landing well and still landing the more effective shots. Even Max Kellerman admitted that in round 8 that the more clean, effective punches landing were in favor of Broner, and that Broner was doing more damage than Ponce de Leon. Like, honestly. And for those who look at it, yeah, it was a close fight. Ponce de Leon did better what he was supposed to do. So maybe you give him a little bit more credit, because, he almost pulled off an upset. But let's be honest. If Ponce de Leon ever fought Broner again, do you think this would be anywhere near a 12-round decision? Broner would knock him out easy. And to look at this one close fight and say, oh, Broner got robbed. He's still the better fighter. Even the punch stats, both of them, according to CompuBox, which I don't know how much credibility you give, but both of them landed around the same amount of punches. Like, it was like 126, 125 landed. But you look at that punch zone HBO stats. The headshots landed favored Broner greatly. Broner landed 101 headshots when De Leon only landed 46. Now, what do you give more credit? Headshots or body shots? Because De Leon scored to the body, but Broner scored more to the head. I think if you're judging a fight, you're going to score more to the head. That makes sense. So the judges scored Broner in 8th, 9th, and 10th. Or at least in 2 of those 3 rounds, they scored, for Broner. And you can't complain. Like it is what it is. They could have gave it to Ponce de Leon, maybe, but then I'm sure there would be a ton of people saying Broner got robbed. It was a close fight. I give it to Broner. I don't think Ponce de Leon won the fight. Did he get robbed? Hell no. It was a close fight. If you have 96-94, that's not a robbery. That's not a fucking robbery in the first place. A robbery is when you're winning like 8 rounds to 4, and they give it to the other guy, like Oscar De La Hoya, Felix Sturm, a total robbery. The thing about Ponce de Leon in this fight, he was throwing a lot of combinations. but he didn't land too many punches. Like even the punch zone, you could see him landing more to the body, but not so much to the head. And and even when you could say he was landing, a lot of those shots were blocked. A lot of those shots were on the elbows and shoulders. They weren't hitting Bronner cleanly. That's why I question a lot of the CompuBox stats because especially against guys like Bradley and Bronner, they they do a lot of movements to dodge punches so that it doesn't really affect them too much. And it doesn't really land either. So CompuBox actually counts a lot of those as punches. So what I'm trying to say is CompuBox gave Ponce de Leon a lot of credit for landing shots on elbows and shit. So because of that, when Bronner lands clean shots to the head, judges are giving more credit to that. And I think that's why he won the round. And in fact, I think that's why Manny Pacquiao lost to Timothy Bradley because it was more of the same. Pacquiao was throwing a ton of punches, but he wasn't landing shit, man. He wasn't landing any clean, effective punches to Timothy Bradley's head, man. And Bradley was landing sick body shots, and he was landing his jab constantly, and he was throwing good shots to the head. I parallel that to Pacquiao Bradley because that was another quote unquote controversial decision that I thought Bradley won pretty in a pretty tight fight. But it is what it is, guys. Like Bronner just he outboxed him. Plain and simple. Peace out.